Welcome to the RPG Talk Show. My name is Daniel Ivey, and this is
John Wilker, Vice President of RPG Research. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to the research and development of role-playing games in all formats and genres for all players.
and we utilize this research to achieve our recreational, educational, therapeutic, and leisure goals.
Today's main topic is going to be community outreach, specifically intimate in-person as opposed to
Online
or group. Yeah,
which is going to be our future, some of our future episodes.
exactly. And after our Traps and Riddles section, where we'll be doing Challenge of Champions again, we will be doing the unboxing of the Welcome to Night Vale role-playing game.
But first, we're going to do some just chatting. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I think we should talk about the obvious thing. Welcome to our new studio.
Yay!
Yeah. We found that the library just wasn't cutting it.
It was wonderful, but, Labor Day, we don't have access to the library.
Right, so that was one of the issues. The other two issues were sound control. And the reason I said two issues, one is either the people outside who are having a day camp for Girl Scouts, or the HVAC system causing a ghostly whistle train to come plowing through us the whole time.
Yes.
Or the back windows rattling from the outside traffic. It was difficult to get the quality sound control we wanted.
Yeah, and with this we have a lot more flexibility with the studio time.
Correct.
Yes.
We don't have to reserve it in advance, at least not much in advance, and we say when we're done.
Okay, so either that or some of the occupants of this place will sometimes just kick us out.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is my house. If we schedule in advance, we won't be kicked out.
Okay.
If you show up in the middle of the night saying let's record, you might not get off the porch.
So I'm not allowed to just wake you up, out of your sleep, like with the camera. We're ready to go.
Yeah. No.
Okay. So, okay.
My wife is not that forgiving.
Okay. So, I actually had something that I wanted to talk to you about.
Sure.
Yeah. So, it's been kind of bouncing around in my head a bit, and it has to do with tracking time in role-playing games.
Okay, that is a very important topic.
Yes.
There are multiple ways to do it. And the number one used method is pick a time frame and say that's how much time has passed.
Right. So
It's random guessing.
I've found that when we track the amount of rounds in a given combat, most combat from beginning to end doesn't go past 1 minute.
It doesn't even get near a minute.
Right.
It may take you 4 hours to play that 30 seconds of combat.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go anywhere near a minute.
Yeah. So in Dungeons & Dragons, with each round, not turn, each round being 6 seconds, 10 rounds of combat is 1 minute. And many combats don't go past 10 rounds.
Well, and the other problem with that is you'll find that in modules and people's own thing, the reinforcements will show up in 3 minutes from when the combat starts.
Combat's over.
Yeah.
And then we wait 2 minutes.
Yeah. Then 2 minutes later, reinforcements show up to find out that you've already slaughtered everybody else.
Yeah.
Or if you don't accomplish this within the first minute, bad thing gonna happen.
So
I guarantee you, you'll be either dead or victorious before that minute's up.
Yeah, and when I started thinking about that, I was thinking, because I've been in me trying to develop more functional maps, I've found that I really have to take, I have to account for time. Because maps don't matter if time doesn't matter. That's one of the big things that I found out.
Well, that is true. And the earliest maps were knots on a cord.
Yeah.
And they basically tell you relative distance. They may not even tell you direction.
Yeah.
Though there were some early ones that if you had a certain color bead, that was north
Ah.
or east, west, or whatever you had to. And that was just as basic as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Some really highfalutin, nearly magical advancements
Mm-hmm.
were the compass.
Yeah.
But before the compass, we had sunstones,
Yes.
which allowed us to find the sun on a cloudy day.
Mm-hmm. Now, when I'm talking about functional, I'm not just talking about in-world maps. I'm talking about in-game maps, where,
Right.
as a dungeon master, if I present a map to the players, I don't want, and this is an experience I've had, where it's a beautiful map, and they'll look at it, and then they'll ignore it. They don't use it.
They don't make plans
around it.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe, if time matters in the game, as in, if they don't get to a certain place by a certain time, then failure happens, then, well, okay, it's a map, we'll always take the safest route. As opposed to the fastest route, which isn't always the safest route.
Well, and can you determine the fastest route by some maps? Maps were written by a person who wasn't wheeling out the welcome mat for you.
Right.
They could have all kinds of traps. There may be indicators on the map where the safe route is, but you might not even notice it.
Yeah, and things can change in the environment. For example, most of the times, we're going to take the roads. Well, there's been an upheaval in the city, and now there's an army that is checking the roads. Maybe you want to avoid the roads now.
Right. One of the things that I find in timing things, and you've been seeing it because you've been designated as my timekeeper. Hint to dungeon masters: use people at the table to help you.
Yeah.
It's okay to tell the rules lawyer, look, you're the guy who looks up rules for me, and I will ask you when I need the input.
Yeah, that dynamic tends to reduce the, at times, adversarial relationship that rules lawyers have with the game masters.
Right. I literally have told one of my players, yes, I know how you would do it. This is how I'm doing it.
Yeah. There's a couple of people that I've seen you play with that would apply to. But what I'm trying to get at is, okay, let's say that we have a map, and I've been playing around with the idea of when developing cities, don't do, this is an entire metropolis, and try to stat that out, but break it down to the maximum of just the district.
Right.
And the city being the collection of districts and how they interplay with each other. So what I was thinking, coming back to time, moving from one district to another is, say, 1 hour. That means you can't just, I'm in one district over and I can just jump over. No, if you're one district over, it's going to take you an hour to get back to the party.
Well, that is one way to do it. I've seen people do that before. It's to get to anywhere in this ring takes you an hour. Anywhere in this ring takes you 2 hours.
Yeah.
And vice versa. The other way that I have done it is you use travel time. If you can travel at 30 feet per every 6 seconds, or 8 miles in a day, you use those measurements to see how long does it take you, because you're not getting from the top of Waterdeep to the docks, like you said, in teleportation.
Right.
I just moved there, and now, yes, we can cut the scene.
Yeah.
We can do the airplane flying over type stuff where we just montage our way there. But we have to account for the time difference of you being at point A and point B.
And honestly, one of the reasons why I was avoiding just a travel time to go from one district to another
is simplicity.
One, simplicity. Two, it isn't just traveling, it's all the things involved with traveling. Like, okay, well, I have to go past the guards, I have to talk to people and whatnot, try to get directions. It isn't just like, I know exactly where I'm going and it's a straight shot.
Do you use inclement weather to change your time? Snow and ice should make it slower.
In rural areas, yes. In the urban areas, no.
Really? Because you know who shovels the walks in urban areas in a medieval town?
Who?
The person whose front door they want to open.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no citywide effort to get those streets cleared.
I understand that. I'm the reason why I would avoid that, you know, with the exception of like, oh, there's a blizzard going on, in which case everyone's locked down. I'm assuming that there's going to be traveling back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be the first one going from one district to another. So, yeah, it's going to be miserable. I'm not going to slow down time within the city. When you get out of the city, okay, yeah, it's going to slow down.
Okay.
So there is a benefit for being in the city.
So we finished
Mm-hmm.
Here Be Monsters.
Yeah.
Which you traveled and we tracked all the time.
Mm-hmm.
How with the travel time, how much time you spent in each place.
Yeah.
All those different things. So the next section,
Yeah.
I have to keep track of time even closer.
Uh-huh.
Because there are timed events.
Ah. Okay.
When you remember you're coming into a port town that's on fire.
Yes.
And being raided by pirates.
Mm-hmm.
So, from the moment we start the module in 2 weeks, we will be on timed events that if this much time passes, this happens.
Yeah.
If you don't accomplish these number of tasks by this time frame, then it's a disaster. And then we have to deal with the aftermath, which I need to track on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis.
Okay.
Because one thing, you are now going to be in your new home base.
Yeah.
And at your new home base, things take a while.
Yeah.
You want to put up a tower? That's a week. You want to improve most tasks that you can do to make things better in the town are going to take a week.
Now, are we talking about a week being 7 days or a week being 10 days?
This is Greyhawk, so it's 7 days.
Okay. Okay.
And it is a definite different calendar. You remember that one of our players asked, can my previous character who came to the Isle of Dread...
Yeah.
Well, one of the things is, now that's too many freebies to give.
It is.
Too many resources to allow you guys to have access to. Second of all, which I didn't bring up and I really should have, one of them is in the Forgotten Realms and the other's in the Greyhawk. They're literally not in the same universe.
Right. And we don't, I don't think anyone has access to the spell, Veil of Blue Dreams.
Yeah.
Which allows you to jump, realms.
Yeah, we're not doing that. You want to go from one realm to another, you get a spell jamming ship like everybody else.
Which brings up something that I don't know if I was talking to Rain or Kat about this. Okay. I've never played Spelljammer. I've also never played Planescape. And I feel like they were two different campaigns that were trying to address the same concept of traveling from one realm to another. So
they're just two different methods.
Yeah. So I proposed an idea. Planescape is centered around Sigil.
Yes.
The City of Gates. What if that is the City of Gates is just how you get to the most common places? If you want to go someplace that hasn't been discovered by the City of Gates, then you have to spelljam. So they're integrated together. Also,
spelljamming is a way of travel that a low-level character can do, while Planescape was designed for higher-level characters. If you want to be a low-level character, you have to be a citizen of Sigil.
Yeah.
because otherwise your getting there is going to require a high level encounter of some sort.
Yeah. Do you think Sigil would have Spelljammer docs?
Of course it would.
Okay. So yeah, I feel like they could be married together very, very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just in different economic and level abilities differences that make them work. I would definitely have spelljamming rivals at Sigil, as well as people using doors to transport from one place to another.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about methods of keeping time.
Yeah. Well, I know that in the game that you're running for me and with me, I've been using poker chips.
That's what I wanted you to explain.
Okay.
I want you to tell our wonderful audience how you keep track of time.
Okay, so I have a set of poker chips with different colors and values. I do not care what they actually translate in poker.
Right.
But I have them from one color range to another, and I keep them in line. And the lowest level one, I believe these are the white ones that I have, I use those per round for every 6 seconds.
Okay, but not per segment.
No, not per segment.
Yeah.
The next one up is 1 minute. After that, it's 10 minutes. After that, it's an hour. And after that, it's a day. And that's how I've been tracking it.
Yeah. And then we have the calendar.
Yeah.
Which we can track weeks and months.
Mm-hmm.
We also... What else are we using for time? Journals.
Yeah. So I haven't been touching any of the journals.
Well, that's the captain's duty.
Yeah.
Is to do the journal.
And I'm not the captain.
No.
No.
You are a new conscript.
I don't know if I'd be called a conscript that just yet. Maybe the doppelganger that we came across, but I was found.
Well, so was the doppelganger.
No, we conscripted the doppelganger. I was found as like, yeah, sure, I'll come along, but you're not conscripting me. that paladin is very much into conscripting.
He is, and he loves to turn villains into productive, good people.
Productive citizens.
The only thing is, if you're not conscripted, how are you getting paid?
So I can be employed without being conscripted.
No, you can't. Conscripted just means you have a contract.
Okay. I thought, well, the way I was using it is, were you forced into service or not?
Well, that's the difference between slavery and a contracted person.
So I haven't been drafted, but I was conscripted.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that's an interesting thing. Was we're a volunteer army, and I says, I'm not a volunteer. I'm conscripted. I want to get paid.
Yeah.
I am not going to take a volunteer's wages. Now, of course, the difference is between a volunteer army and a drafted army is that I chose to join the army.
Yeah.
But I'm still conscripted because I want my paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the primary reasons for joining.
Yes. Now, were there any other ways that you could think of tracking time in-game?
Well, a lot of people do it with checkboxes.
Mm-hmm.
So there are actually forms out there that you can check off, and it's just, 1 milliround, 10 millirounds a minute.
Yeah.
And then you once you get 10, you mark the minute box. Once you get 10, you mark the minute box.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people use abacus.
Abacuses.
Yes, which is closer to your poker method.
Mm-hmm.
But the primary two ways to do it is either abacus / poker chips, or to use a checkbox method.
Yeah.
The other way that some people do it is they just write it down.
Yeah.
And that can get confusing.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the reasons why I like the poker chips. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't mind the abacus, but I feel like with the abacus I'd bump it and I've lost time. Whereas with the poker chips,
you would have to lie your abacus down instead of having it standing up.
Yeah. So I like the poker chips because it's either in the rack or not. and I pull them out, and it's physical for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a somatic process there where I'm tracking time. Okay, we're at the end of the round. Click. Are we in the round? Click. Or sometimes I'm not even tracking rounds. Like, okay, we're done with combat. A minute's gone.
Right.
Yeah. I'm ritual casting. 11 minutes. One of the 10, one of the 1. And when we're not tracking time, I'll sometimes go through my chips and like, okay, I've got 6 of the rounds, translate that to a minute. 10 of the minutes translate to a 10-minute one, and so on and so forth.
Right. And you have to look at what we're doing in a room. If you're searching a full 10-foot by 10-foot room, that should be 10 minutes.
Yeah.
A lot of people, or some people think, oh, I'm going to look for traps on the way there. Okay, you need to make a check every 10 feet.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? You mean that I can't just walk down the hallway, expending no time and look for things?
And that's one of the reasons why the rogue has said, I'm relying on my passive perception.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now that we're up in the higher levels, there are things that
he's finding his passive perception isn't high enough.
Yeah. 18. That's
and his passive perception is pretty high.
Yeah, he's got an 18, but some of the goals are 20.
Mm-hmm.
And if I use some of the 3.5 definitions, we can get up to 30.
Oh yeah, that last boss.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we eventually agreed that was a CR-15, but those were some rough numbers. There was some really, really rough numbers that we had to go up against.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy that we eventually killed it. We went up against a golem, a construct golem of a Demogorgon.
Yeah. And it was supposed to be a deadly, dangerous fight.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be, even the paladin walks away going, oh my God. Literally, oh my God, fix me. We have a paladin who walks around with an armor class that is in the ridiculous ranges.
It's something like 25 to 28.
Yeah.
And he has ways to increase it in the middle of combat.
So the monsters have to keep up with that.
Yeah.
He cannot just stand in the room and block all things so everybody can missile range it forever. He's going to have to occasionally fight things that can fight back.
Yeah.
And we just moved up into 9th level.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Remember, I'm still only level 8.
Hey, we're welcome to the higher crit cards.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, now that I am actually level 8, I now, because all of my spell casting, the highest level spells that I have access to are delayed because I took a level in cleric.
Right.
1 level in cleric. I finally have access to 4th level spells.
Woohoo!
Krita has access to something that she can do more. One of the ways I've been working with Krita is I have my summoned creatures, so my animate dead, and when I can get the summon undead, but she likes having a spell that she's concentrating on, that's doing damage, and then she does support spells. And one of the big concentration spells she just got access to, which I feel is perfect for a necromancer.
A wave of necrotic energy.
Sickening radiance.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that is literally a wave of necrotic energy.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's radiant energy.
Oh.
It's radiant. Yeah.
But it's sickening?
It's sickening. It causes exhaustion.
Oh. You start playing around that, I'm going to bring out Lord of the Rings spiders.
I will. Those things will die. It'll be on site with me because, one, she doesn't like Lolth, so spiders die on site.
Yeah. Yeah. The fact that you're all webbed up and getting bitten for exhaustion levels. I mean, when you bring out a monster that attacks for exhaustion, everybody's the same level. You're all a first level character.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I don't care. You're a 20th level character and you get bit for exhaustion, you only have 6 hit points.
Yeah. By the way, if you bring out those spiders,
Yeah?
or the ravens that you talked about, I'll just be sick that day.
Oh, I have
And it doesn't matter if I'm there, I'm now sick and leaving.
I don't remember where it is. I saw it or found. Maybe I didn't get it. I don't know. But I found an actual. Oh, I didn't get to bring it in because it was. I would have had to steal it from the museum.
Uh-huh.
Saw a picture of an actual blood raven. Full scale.
Oh, wonderful.
Red, where it's supposed to be, red eyes, and it was like, that's a blood raven.
It's not a blood raven unless the miniature has an eyeball in its mouth.
No, this wasn't a miniature. This was, actual sized raven.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now you mention that, I'll have to have somebody make me a raven with an eyeball dripping from its mouth.
Yeah. Just make sure that that one guy who's decided that he's never playing D&D again because someone else brought those monstrosities to the game, don't show him that.
Yeah.
We don't want him triggered. And we're not saying that...
He was in Missouri. I don't have any chances of seeing him again.
Knowing his luck, he'll show up as we're presenting like, nope, and now I'm leaving Spokane.
Yeah. I came here, and the first thing you do is run Ravenloft? With blood ravens?
Yeah.
One of the other inventions I did was a walnut-sized brain-type looking thing.
Yeah.
And it was coral or something like that. I can't remember what the details of it.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, if you had psychic powers,
Yeah.
it gave you a constant headache. If you were within such, 100 yards of this thing or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it gave you such a headache.
So there's and Rain has encountered these monstrosities. Actually, I feel like I'd consider them. No, I'd consider these monstrosities at this point. They're a custom creation for my game. They're called creepers.
Yeah?
Now, what creepers are they're small creatures. Okay, maybe even tiny. I'm not sure, but they burrow.
Yeah.
Okay. The minute they break surface, there's 2 primary things that they do.
Do they cause tremors?
No, they don't. If you're within 15 feet of any of them, you need to make a Constitution saving throw or start vomiting because they smell that bad. If there's more than one, the DC gets higher because they smell worse.
Right, right.
And they spit stomach acid.
Makes sense.
Yeah. When I introduced these things...
And what's worse is mating season.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be around them during mating season. I introduced these things by having a troll ambush the party. And by this time, I'd already conditioned the players that what you see is necessarily what you get. So they saw the troll charging them, and what did they do? Step out of the way. And the minute the troll came by, they saw the entire back of the troll was covered in acid because the creepers were coming after it.
Right.
Yeah. And then they have to deal with creepers. Yeah.
That's cool. So I want to talk more about time.
Yes. Back to time.
In the concept of the role-playing game, we're talking the weeks, the months,
Mm-hmm.
the years even. But one of the things that, especially if you're doing home brews, that you really want to apply,
Mm-hmm.
and that is holidays.
Yeah.
I haven't done it with your group, but I really should. Birthdays
Mm-hmm.
and anniversaries.
Significant days. Yeah.
Personal significant days.
Uh-huh.
Like your anniversary / divorce.
Mm-hmm. I already have that implemented. At least for Krita. I just haven't audited the other players on I need to figure out when's your birthday, and are there any other significant days that your character would track?
Right.
But
Plus the actual holidays that are seasonal and otherwise, because if you're a paladin or you are a cleric, you're going to care about religious holidays.
Yes.
And you have that big article on Ouija, so you know the Ouijan holidays.
Yes, I do. More than just that article.
Yeah. Well, and you, as a player, have the responsibility to remind me when the calendar comes around to one of those holidays.
Yeah, I need to do that more.
Because I'm already tracking the rest of the universe. I have a timekeeper for a reason.
Yeah. I'm going to have to figure out a way for me to be able to easily reference the entire month or the entire week that isn't, how should I put it?
Have you seen the calendar?
Yeah, I built the calendar.
Okay, and you have the holidays on that calendar?
Yes, I do.
So, each session, before the session, look at the upcoming week, or...
Yeah, I'm going to have to... Either that, or I have to print out an actual calendar.
I thought there was a printed out calendar.
Not with the holidays. I would
No,
have to...
it has the weather, and I
Yeah.
And I have to check now whether or not that weather is up to date because we're no longer traveling.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to update that when I get home. See if I can print out an actual, month by month calendar. But I would want to do that after I audit the, other players to see when are their important days.
Yeah. In a lot of games, what year it is, what season it is irrelevant. Especially if you're just doing drop-ins or you're doing Adventures League, or something like that, where you're a bunch of one-shots. It doesn't matter. But
the weather doesn't matter unless it matters.
Unless it's part of the story.
Yeah.
We're doing a full campaign, first to 20th level, and weather matters, especially when you're out on the open sea sailing from point A to point B. That's why you had a shipwreck, because weather matters. The fact that it's so hot that exhaustion should be a problem for non-acclimated people.
Yeah.
We have only a couple characters that can claim to be acclimated, and even you can't be fully acclimated.
I'm not fully acclimated, no.
Yeah, because you were up north compared to... so it's like you're a Mexican, but now we're in Peru.
Yeah. It's like this is something that I keep on giving my wife problems with, because I was born in Jamaica, which is closer to the equator and is actually in the tropics. And for the longest time, we're talking about years here, she would say that Florida is tropical. I said, no, Florida's not tropical. It's subtropical.
Yeah.
And the difference is significant.
Well, not only
that, but it's also a swamp. So.
Well, it's a wetland, practically a rainforest.
Yeah.
But you know what else is a rainforest? Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah, but in terms of like year to year, in Jamaica, it is pretty much hot year round.
Yeah.
We may have some cool days, but less so than in Florida. But also because it's an island, we're always getting the wind cutting through that. So, like, I remember just, it's night, and it's hot. It's night, and it's hot. It's like, you think it'd cool down at night? No, it's still hot.
Well, that's another thing, if you're looking at that, is that climate zones.
Yes.
We went through, I'm going to say at least 3 climate zones.
I feel like...
You came from salt marsh.
Yeah.
Which is like...
Is that temperate?
It's north of California.
It's north of California. Yeah.
And then
be temperate.
And then we went down to at least Peru, or, close to the equator. Okay. Ecuador.
Because that's another thing that I've been playing around with maps, with trying to figure out climate zones, Arctic, polar. I forget what's below polar that isn't temperate. Then
Tundra?
temperate.
Tundra?
Tundra is more of a basically a winter desert.
Yeah.
But I believe that there's polar. There's something below polar.
Subarctic.
Probably maybe subarctic. Then temperate. Then I, I forget, but I know that there's another one. Then subtropical. Then tropical. And you actually get different.
And then it goes back in the other direction.
Yeah. Once you hit the equator, it just repeats.
Mm-hmm.
But you get different trees. For example, in the temperate areas, you're not going to get as as many, for example, deciduous plants that flower and then die. You get in the temperate, you get more evergreens.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about geography,
Mm-hmm.
and as a role-playing, especially as a dungeon master, it does. And if you're going to create your own maps and everything, you need to know the difference between a fjord and a valley.
Yeah.
And you need to understand it's cold here, it's hot here, and that weather isn't climate,
Yeah.
and that there are time zones even if you don't have a formal recognition of them.
Yeah.
And that's only really important for people who can speed travel.
Yeah.
Because in medieval times, if you're traveling on medieval times methods,
Mm-hmm.
carts, horses, walking, then noon is always just straight when the sun's directly above you.
Yeah.
And you don't worry about the time change.
Mm-hmm.
It's only when somebody does a greater teleport and they find out, wait a minute, it was day just a moment ago.
Yeah. But that's when you're dealing with, spanning continents.
Right.
But, yeah. You're going east to west. And, east to west and west to east, as opposed to north and south. North and south, you get to the different climates. East and west, you get the time zones.
Yeah. Right now, we've been dealing with, and it hasn't been relevant about the time zone differences because it's all been about climate.
Yeah, it's been all been about climate.
You've always been, and nobody's telling their time by mechanical means.
Mm-hmm.
So we're literally on island time.
No, we haven't been on island time yet. No one's been just arbitrarily an hour late.
No, you can't be late because there's no set time to do anything.
Yeah, island time is I'll be there when we get there.
Yeah, exactly. You measure this voyage in months.
Yeah.
Not hours.
Trust me, if we were on island time, I wouldn't even be tracking time. Oh.
So, we're going to be going into our next topic a little later, which would be the community outreach, in person.
Mm-hmm.
And after we get done talking about some of the points that we want to get across to that, we will go into our traps and riddles section with the ever popular Challenge of Champions. And then we got some special unboxing to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you know my hat, or what's on my hat, then you're a fan already, and you'll be excited about it.
Yeah,
otherwise you'll figure it out later.
You told me that that symbol on your hat has some significance.
It does. It is one of the entities in this world that we're going to be examining, which is close to the real world, but not. And it's worshipped. Thus, why I have it on my fez. I'll give you a hint. All hail the glow cloud.
All hail the glow cloud. All hail the... I'm not trying to repeat it, I'm just...
You're not being captured?
See, one of the glow clouds that I'm thinking of is eldritch in nature.
Well, this could be eldritch or divine. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, Lovecraftian glow cloud.
You could say that.
Especially with your track record. Yeah, I'm.
Um,
My money is on Lovecraft.
the fact that it will drop meat out of the sky.
Meat.
Yeah.
But I don't like the movies. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah. Well, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs was benign.
Okay. I have issues with the animation in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, but that's just me. It's my personal preferences. I felt it was too.
Enough that you didn't like the story? I've had some bad art made up with good story, but I've also had good stories ruined by bad art.
What it was is it's the same problem that I have with Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Yeah, his comic pacing, I have a problem with. When you pulled on a joke for too long without a reason for it being too long, and you're just doing it because you're extending it, I have a problem with that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's a problem I have. That's one of the things that I have a problem with Chris Farley, and by extension, because, spoiler alert, Peter Griffin from Family Guy is basically just a animated version of Chris Farley. It's also one of the reasons why I have a problem with Family Guy. They extend the joke because they feel like that makes it funny, and extending the joke doesn't inherently make it funny.
Well, that is probably the last thing we want to talk about in just talking.
Yeah.
Pacing.
Yes.
We really want to make sure that we get things done in the time frame we have to play.
Yeah.
It's always better to end on a cliffhanger or the end of the module. You don't want to end in the middle of combat if you can help it, and you don't want to end in some awkward place.
Yeah, so know how to wrap up. Either understand that this is going to be continuation or an intended continuation, or wrap up what you can wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
speaking of wrapping up, we will be back in after these messages.
Yeah.
After these messages,
we'll be right back. Welcome back to the RPG Talk Show. My name is Daniel Ivey, and this is
John Wilker, Vice President of RPG Research. But if you joined us at the beginning of the show, you already know that.
Yes. Now, our main topic today is
community outreach.
Yeah.
In this case, there are 3 levels of community outreach.
Yeah.
And we're doing the intimate in person. Now, intimate is a table.
Yeah.
It could be multiple tables, like at a community center, or even a library, wherever we're doing
drop in a game.
Yeah, drop in an RPG, any of those kind of programs. But it is different than mass, where you can do community outreach at a convention.
Yeah. Or
you can be doing a show, or show is not the word I want to look for.
Online, basically.
No. Online is another one, but I'm talking for the mass.
Yeah.
In person, I'm doing a symposium or a conference. I'm doing a class.
Yeah.
And I have an audience. I'm doing a panel at a convention, and I have an audience. That's mass. We're talking way more than 6 people.
Yeah.
Usually.
Where you're describing it in the levels of crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
I have done classes. I have done panels. I have done a lot of the big group things. But right now we're going to focus on the intimate in-person stuff.
Yeah.
And what we at RPG Research do for community outreach.
Yeah.
First thing, if you're training with us, we are going to have getting back to the community requirements.
Yes. Now, I know that when we used to have a relationship with the Spark Central, that was one of the places that we tended to send the people who were here in Spokane. Yeah. We would have them drop in an RPG the first
week.
Yeah,
First and third.
First and third Saturdays of every month.
So, before we had the Spark Central, we were going from all these different libraries.
Yeah.
And we tried not to hit the same place back to back.
Yeah.
And we would go north, south. We would travel an hour or so away to get to other people than Spokane.
Yeah.
We also did events in the park, or sometimes just a parking lot.
Yeah.
Because we have our mobile things, the RPG bus and trailer, so we can bring tabletop, live action, and electronic role-playing games right to your doorstep.
Yeah.
Or close enough if we're at a park or someplace like that. We can at least get in your neighborhood.
Yeah, we could bring the actual game to you as opposed to, well, can you go to this website? Because honestly, some people either have no internet or bad internet, and they can't necessarily join that way.
Right. We want to bring the game to people in less served or non-served areas.
Yeah.
One of the reasons we got the trailer and the bus was because as rec therapists, trying to scratch out enough time. If you're doing it in a hospital setting or you're doing it in a lot of the standard therapeutic settings, you have 45 minutes.
Now, I want to say that I have been a part of a game where it was done in half an hour increments because it was done during lunch. We had maybe half an hour to an hour depending on how lunch was, and we'd have to be there, have everything set up, and run what we can in that half an hour to an hour.
Right.
But
And
that isn't optimal.
It's not optimal, but it's more optimal if you're going to be doing it every day.
Yeah.
You do 5 days a week and a half hour each session, you can do that. And there's less time. But the farther time between your episodes or your game times, the longer the individual game times kind of really need to be. The optimal, to me, is 4 hours.
Yeah.
But
4 hours once a week.
Yeah, I have to run at the Uncle's Games in Spokane Valley. I run a 2.5 hour session.
Yeah.
Assuming everybody shows up in time. So I've got like 2 hours to get a full session in.
Yeah.
And when you're running a campaign, it takes a lot longer to get through a month of gaming.
Yeah. And that's actually one of the reasons why I've looked into, trying to become a game master for example, Adventures League, or when it was called the RPGA. But every time I looked around,
Role-Playing Game Association, RPGA,
which predated the Adventures League. What can I say? I don't like the rush. I like being able to sit and vibe with the people, and get that camaraderie, which you can't necessarily we're in 2.5 hours, let's get this plot moving. I'm just not that proactive. I'm not that extroverted.
For me, I find that I'm okay with the 2.5 hour time slot because I know I will be back next week and I don't have a deadline to finish it. If a module is meant to be done in a one shot and it takes me 2 shots or 3 shots to finish a one shot, I'm okay with that. But when you're doing Adventures League, you really need to have the time to finish that module in one setting.
Yeah.
Because then you expect you to go on to the next one and the next one and the next one. So there is a little bit of a time pressure there.
Right, and I've seen it, and kudos to the people who are doing it. But I'm not interested in hurting cats.
I like cats.
I like cats too. Cats don't like getting hurted.
That's true. So we have our giving back to the community requirements, which are at least 2 4-hour sessions per month.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean you have to be a dungeon master.
Right.
You could be a player for one of the dungeon masters from RPG Research, You can do online or in-person community programs or other methods as approved by your instructor, mentor, coach, or supervisor.
Now, I wanted to highlight what you just mentioned there about being a player assisting one of the GMs. Why would we allow that?
Well, there's two reasons why we allow that. One is because in some games, having assistant GMs is quite useful.
Yeah.
In our Saturday games, I have two.
Yeah.
I've had other games where my assistant GM was basically a secretary. All they did was, I need miniatures coming up. They would have them out and ready for me.
Yeah.
They would make sure I have water. They would make sure we took our breaks. Definitely recommend breaks for a 4-hour session.
Yeah.
5 to 15 minutes every hour.
And this is one of the things that I wanted to bring up. I wasn't asking because I didn't know. Because I wanted to point out, for example, when I was doing some of the assistant, I'm a player at Spark Central. Either Danielle or you or someone else was game mastering, and as a player, I'd be playing, but I was trying to make sure that I wasn't spotlighting.
Right.
And you know my ability to drag a spotlight to me.
Definitely. But one of the things is, as a player, there are two types of players that we utilize as the community outreach. One player is the give our minimum numbers.
Yes.
I only have 2 players.
Yeah, fill out.
We need 3 to really make it work, because less than 3 you don't have a group.
Right.
And we'll explain all of that in upcoming.
Talking about small group dynamics.
Exactly. But sometimes when we're training a GM, we utilize paths. That's player archetype specialist.
Yes.
Where you, as the assistant player,
less assistant, more of a problem.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You can, but it's not always a problem.
Yeah.
You're not always playing the monkskin, the chaos monkey, the rules lawyer.
And
Sometimes you're trying to show off, not show off, but you're trying to get the GM to work with a social or an explorer, a killer, or an achiever.
Yeah. And this is one of the reasons why I mentioned that we try when we're using the paths, the player archetype specialists. It isn't just we're throwing you to the wolves, which I have some experience with, but even that was a controlled setting where it wasn't. We have a whole lot of random people who are. I'm just here to play the game, and we have one person who is specifically testing the game master. How are you handling a rules lawyer? How are you dealing with a cheater? Yeah. Yeah.
And we do look for those things. If you're a more advanced GM than a person who only knows about the existence of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, then we're going to not push you as hard. Right. If you come in with your type of experience, we're going to see how well you hold up a little bit in the heat.
Yeah, and this goes into when I first started with the RPG research. You guys put me through the crucible, but I felt like I did feel like I was up to it, and I believe I proved that I was up to it.
Not only have you proved you're up to it, you've been one of our most valuable contributors and consistent contributors.
I appreciate that.
Throughout the time.
So what happened, and I got first-hand experience with the paths where not just one player archetype specialists.
You guys got a table full.
Oh yeah, you guys were prepping me to cover for Spark Central.
Yeah, because we needed you now, not in a month's time.
Right. So I was doing my baseline.
Yeah. So before you continue,
go ahead.
Let's explain to the audience.
Yeah.
The baseline is we have a new GM who's coming in for training or volunteering to play their favorite game.
The one that they feel they're most confident with.
Right.
Yes.
And it could be any role-playing game.
Mm-hmm.
I think we even had one person do a baseline on a game system nobody heard of.
Didn't David do Fate?
Yeah.
David did Fate, yeah.
I'm
sad I missed that one.
Yeah. He's very good at Fate. I don't remember what I ran for mine. I don't know if I ever did a baseline, because I came in with a resume.
Yeah, you came in with a resume. I mean, I did too, but, well, my resume was, you guys are already established, whereas you were there for the establishment.
Yeah. I'm a co-founder.
Yes.
Me and Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
Hawk's kind of thinking about you, even if you weren't there at the very beginning.
I'm seeing myself kind of like this brackish area of, I'm close enough that I could be considered a co-founder. I'd probably, if I'm a co-founder, then, Snaga definitely needs to be considered as a co-founder as well.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to think of what is a higher elevation than just a volunteer. But you have.
I've put in my work.
Are you a board member?
Yes, I am.
So you're a voting board member. Mm-hmm. You're head of the arts department,
mm-hmm. and social media.
Yeah. So we're working you to death, and that's by design.
You guys aren't working me to death yet. You guys haven't been retail. But yeah, we did the baseline, which is I want to point out that the baseline for RPG research is trying to figure out where you're at.
Right. It is literally judging you based on. We're not judging you on what you do. Mm-hmm. We're just setting that as the expectation for your growth.
Yeah, it's nearly impossible to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nearly impossible to fail. Because I've seen some baselines where they were really, really anxious and they tripped up a lot, and that was okay. Because we understood, okay, you're anxious. We'll work with that. You don't know the rules that well. That's fine. We'll work on that.
Really, the only way to fail on a baseline is not to show up.
Right. Yeah. So my baseline, I came in and I was running 5th edition, and it was you, it was Hawk, known as Danielle, and I believe Snaga as well, were all doing some type of random, and not just I'm going to be an archetype. You guys were switching archetypes on me.
Yes.
And it was the most chaotic table I've had, where you were a cheater, you were literally trying to look over my DM screen at my notes, and I just looked over to you and politely said, so how are you doing? Just called you out, and Hawk just up and walked away, like, are you okay? It was chaotic.
So that's how our training goes, and that's also how we do our community. Yeah. But let's talk a little bit about rec therapy.
Yes.
We use recreational therapy is an integral part of how we run things, how we develop our coursework, etc. Mm-hmm. And as well as the service benefiting consumers of community service, recreational therapy as a modality enhances the outcomes and reduces stress levels and things like that. We're not. A lot of people do things the right way because they have good instincts, or because their mentors did. But we do things the right way, so to speak, because we know the science behind it.
Yeah, it's
in addition to experience, etc.
It isn't enough to be able to say, oh, this person has good instincts. I believe when I came in, I had good instincts, but I don't want to rely on instincts. I want to know this is the right reason because of this.
Do you feel that your training actually improved you as a dungeon master?
Yes. More, it didn't really affect my instincts all that much, but it gave context to my instincts.
Right.
And there are, not a small amount of tips and tricks that I found that I feel have made my DMing a lot more robust.
So in our computer outreach, we do all kinds of different games.
Yeah.
We try to, like when we were going to Spark Central, we would try to have 3 different genres of games.
Yes.
You're going to go to that table for science fiction, you're going to go to that table for kid-friendly fun, and you're going to go to that table for Dungeons and
PG-13.
Yeah, for PG-13, and you have to come to the community center if you want that closer to R rating or...
Yeah. We're pushing the line a bit.
Yeah, and that's that can be community. We can do community things for people that are more adult centric, but we're not going to do it where a bunch of kids are hanging around.
Right, because one
average age, I think, at Spark Central was 12.
Yeah, from 4 to 12. I believe we had some people that were 16, but they were volunteering.
Well, and we did have adults there, mainly parents. But like I had this one guy there I played for and didn't realize that he was in his 20s.
Yeah.
He wasn't when he first started with us. It was like 6 years of playing with this guy.
Nice. Now, I do want to point out that, just because, and this is a big thing for me when it comes to, honestly, all with media. And running a game is presenting a type of media and narratives and whatnot. Where just because we say it's for kids doesn't necessarily mean that it's only for kids. It's like it's like a cartoon, like a Disney cartoon.
Right.
Just because it's G-rated doesn't mean that adults can't enjoy it.
Now, that is definitely true.
Right.
And I've seen plenty of Gs and PGs that have secret adult content in there.
Yeah, and it takes a slight hand to be able to put that in while not testing the rating.
Or attempting to get away with something you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
I'm looking at you, Rescue Rangers.
Well, no. Well, a lot of the cartoons were trying to see what they could to slip past the censors, but a lot of times it's the primary subject matter. I'm not going to have in a G-rated like No Thank You Evil, where I'm having the players tackle whether or not they're committing war crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a mature concept. That I could do that in a PG-13 setting as well, but I prefer that in the R rating because then people are expecting that. It isn't just like the sex and violence.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, some shows, and I don't want to get into the topic of sex versus violence. But some shows in the earlier ratings should have been R-rated. Watership Down, I don't think was R-rated.
That should have been an R rating right off the bat.
Or an NC-17. Huh. Well, okay, I'm biased because I was traumatized.
Yeah, hard R, not NC-17.
What is the we do all these different types of games. All the genres, all of the rating levels. But what is the role-playing game that is our go-to for a community setting?
Okay, so I understand that people would probably expect Dungeons and Dragons to be our go-to because it is the most popular. But we have found
it's the lingua franca.
Yeah, we actually go for BFRPG. BFRPG is a let's call it a Dungeons and Dragons clone.
Yep. And it's basic fantasy role-playing game.
Yes. The reason why we go with that is, unlike 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, basic fantasy role-playing, everything that you could possibly need to run it is free online. Which means if we have someone who is brand new to role-playing games,
They don't have a large investment.
They don't need a large investment. Go to this website. If you don't have access to a computer, we can find you access to a computer, and you can literally just get the stuff there, and it's all free. And it is similar enough to many of the other Dungeons and Dragons clones, be it Dungeons and Dragons, BECME, Pathfinder, that going from BFRPG to any of the others, it's actually fairly easy.
Now, let's see, there are, in Dungeons and Dragons, there's the core 3 books.
Yeah.
And that's going to cost you around $180.
Is it $180 now?
About $60 a piece.
Yeah. 180.
Yeah. So, on the other hand, you can get print on demand for basic fantasy role-playing game for under $100 for everything they've ever put out.
Yeah. And if you're willing to, if you have it on your phone, you can just have the PDF on your phone and you just reference your phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
The source files are available for everything, so you can modify it. We've made dyslexic-friendly character sheets.
Yeah.
And you can also... Oh, I got a module. I got the source file of the module, and I want to make changes to the story. Go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. For a lot of the newer game masters, we suggest just go with what's written. Go with what's written until you're comfortable with it. Before you start saying, well, okay, the players are throwing monkey wrenches here. I have to adapt. We acknowledge that's advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact it's available in many different sources. The community is very active, responsive, and friendly.
Yeah.
And you can get it in all these different languages. It's really a good system to start people out. It's kind of like basic Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I found that.
With some of the more negative quirks, like you're not dealing with THAC0 anymore. To hit armor class 0, which means that a negative number for your armor class was better than a positive number.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a few quirks in there, but I'm familiar with those quirks because I started in 2nd edition. But
I started with basic.
Well, go ahead and out-grognard me.
It's my job. I'm older than you.
Yeah. But one of the other benefits that I like about basic fantasy, and this is an aspect of BECME, is it's fairly easy to create a character. When you get it, when you understand it, from beginning to end, you can roll up a character in 15 minutes or less.
And we've timed it.
Yeah,
and
we've timed it.
That's even without using the shortcuts like
equipment kits.
Equipment kits, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That cuts you down to 12 minutes or 10, depending on how fast you created your character in the first place.
And if we're using the way that we train our game masters, where we're not trying to front load all the things that you need to play the game before you even start playing. No, we have, and this is one of the benefits of the secondary GMs. With the secondary GMs, will help a player create their brand new character.
Right.
They come into the game and, okay, what do I do? Don't worry, just play along. When we'll tell you when to roll dice, and we'll teach you the system through the game, as opposed to you have to understand what THAC0 is. THAC0 is to hit a random, and I start just spewing abstract concepts to you they don't have context for.
Yeah, and these were concepts that were written by actuarians.
Yeah.
And people who are more comfortable with tax codes than other people.
Yeah.
Well, no, he was very comfortable with other people, but
he was more comfortable with tax code than most people are comfortable with tax code.
Yeah, I mean, spreadsheets were life.
Don't look at me. I wasn't like Gygax. I may like, and Rain's over there.
Yeah.
I may like spreadsheets. I don't like spreadsheets that much.
Yeah. But those are the people that invented role-playing games.
Yeah. That's why there's so much math.
It is. This isn't a game. It's just math disguised as fun.
Yeah. No, it's fun with math.
And literature.
Yeah.
And science. And la 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 la. All
Right.
of these different things you learn from even not trying.
Mm-hmm. Now, I wanted to point out two major benefits to, being able to build a character in 15 minutes. One, less time building characters, more time playing.
Yes, and much faster to replace your character that just got
That's the
killed.
other one. One of the benefits of being able to this bad thing happened. Okay, yeah, build another character. It allows you to get used to that failure happens. That doesn't mean it has to be the end.
Yeah, it helps build grit.
Yes, and that's a big thing for Hawk. And yeah, there is a benefit to building grit. You can't necessarily build grit with a system where it took me a day to build this character, and I failed. I have to build another one. Why would I go back to this as opposed to okay, yeah, character's dead. 15 minutes, I'm back in the game again.
I'm not sure if it was Hackmaster
Mm-hmm.
or the game Hackmaster is designed on, but I spent 4 hours making a character.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I got done making the character, I was told I'll have to come back tomorrow to play.
And that's such a bummer sometimes.
And that was at a convention.
Ooh. That feels foul.
It was. I didn't even bother to come back. I spent way too much time.
Why would you? Why would you? And this gets into one of the issues that Hawk has had with the concept of Session Zero, where if all you do is build a character and it's like, okay, yeah, we're done, go home. What? I didn't even get to play.
What I like to call it is Session 0.5.
Yeah.
Because that 0.5 is you spending time actually rolling dice.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss the rules.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to discuss the home rules.
Yes.
We're going to the house rules.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a difference between home rules and house rules. House rules are the rules that you changed in the game.
Yeah.
Home rules are, don't put your feet on my table.
Right. And this is one of the reasons why...
Codes of conduct.
Yeah. This is one of the reasons why when I deal in my personal games with Session Zeros, it is more a abstract concept than we're gathering everyone together to have a Session Zero. No, my Session Zero is sometimes over the course of months, where I'm interviewing everyone, and I'm talking to everyone, and getting them to understand, and there is no expectation that I'm playing now. It's so that first game, everyone's on the same page, let's play.
Our two new players,
Mm-hmm.
I've got to get their emails so
Yeah.
I can send them out all the supplementary rules that we're using
Mm-hmm.
and all the background that they as natives would know.
Yes.
And I want to get that out, as give them as much time. So if I get it out today, they'll give them a week, almost a week. If you give them 6 days,
You still may have to do some preempting with them because they seemed a bit distractible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, that's okay. You don't want to necessarily be, have I'm joining a game, here's homework to do.
And this is a game where doing a little homework is beneficial to you.
Oh, I know that. But sometimes you don't... Players won't necessarily know that unless they're looking back at oh, I'm playing now, yeah, that homework was useful.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I'm playing a game, here's homework. I'm supposed to be having fun.
Well, and here's one of the reasons that in this particular game I am doing the homework,
Mm-hmm.
or assigning homework, is because when you are doing a culturally familiar
Yes.
background, then most people in America
Mm-hmm.
understand Western culture.
Yes.
Most people don't understand South American culture.
Right.
They don't know the difference between a Mesoamerican
Mm-hmm.
and an Aztec and a Mayan.
Yeah. And if anyone ever wants to see what that can look like, watch my reaction anytime anyone tries to do a Jamaican accent.
Right.
Yeah.
It
It's
hurts.
you will see me cringe. Yeah.
So they're now going to be playing characters.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the most of the party who are playing outsiders to the culture.
Yeah.
And have been learning about the culture as the game progresses.
Mm-hmm.
These two are coming in as natives of the culture
Yes.
and should read a little bit before they do it,
Mm-hmm.
so they at least understand the basics of their culture.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I want to find a good video on Aztec culture and just link that.
Could, but I would look for a video on Olmen culture,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the Olmen culture is very Aztec,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not strictly Aztec.
I understand that. I figured that having a primer on Aztec culture is a good starting point for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might try to find some videos for them to watch,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm definitely going to send them some articles.
Yeah.
I found an article that, based on the readings of modules where the omens appear,
Mm-hmm.
this is the origin. Some guy wrote the origin of the omens.
Ah.
He did some anthropology.
Any way that you can send that my way, or is that something that Krita wouldn't know?
Well, no, it's not. It's you are going to be temporarily playing a native of the area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have a different
Culture.
native culture, but you have been working with this other culture
Mm-hmm.
for 5 levels.
Yeah.
So yes, you will be getting that.
Okay.
I'm going to give them every article on the Island of Dread from Dragon Magazine that I can,
Mm-hmm.
and get them to read at least the minimum stuff. And now that you've said, I'm going to look up, see if we got any videos that they can watch.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so. What else are we doing in our communities?
So, actually, one thing that I wanted to point out is, and I felt like this is a good point to talk about, what is the benefit of a more intimate setting as opposed to doing an epic, which is the convention play, or online? What are the benefits there?
Okay, so one of the primary benefits
Mm-hmm.
is noise control.
Yeah.
Even an epic, if that's the only thing that's happening,
It's noisy.
it can get noisy because you got 6 tables all playing simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
But at a convention, you have your 6 tables all playing the same module, while another group is having 6 tables, while another group
Mm-hmm.
is 40 different tables all in the same room,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to learn how to talk to people, and it's going to constantly get louder.
Yeah.
So noise control is one of the things. In-person intimate is advantageous is because it's intimate.
Yeah.
It's not a crowd issue. We can focus on our stories.
Mm-hmm.
We can reach our goals as we're setting them better. It's better than online because we can do maps and minis better.
Mm-hmm.
Screens tend to lower the perceived enjoyment of the game.
I would actually push back on not the enjoyment, but the immersion.
Well, definitely the immersion, but people tend to enjoy the more immersed they can get.
Right. That's the reason. I know that they're connected. I wanted to make sure that there's that separation.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's also easier to control a single table than 12.
Yeah.
Or in some cases, we've had to control 6 tables because we're all doing an epic which is 6 tables all playing the exact same module.
Yeah.
And they get to interact with each other.
Yeah. One other thing that I want to point out, and I feel like this is significantly different from, say, convention play or especially online play, is, how should I put it? There's a lot that can be communicated outside of just speech. So there's a lot of nonverbal body language that happens that is best absorbed in intimate play.
Right. When I'm playing with people online, and if they don't use their camera,
right,
then I can't read their expressions and judge as well of whether or not they're enjoying it or they need that extra progress.
Right. And even when they do put on their cameras, I can just turn off my camera. I can't just turn off you being able to see me.
Right.
Yeah, which means my mask has to be up, and if I'm having a problem, I can't just click, you can't see me dealing with it. You're seeing me dealing with it, and then you can adapt properly.
Exactly.
As opposed to, why did Bobby cut off his camera?
Why is Bobby crying?
Right.
The other benefit is that it is more social.
Yes.
Some groups, it's almost like the game's an excuse to eat.
Yes. and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
The amount of games that I've been in where, yeah, there was the game, but half of the in-jokes are just what happened outside of the game that are connected to the story.
Right. And long terms, you do have that in-group feeling. In short terms, like in a community setting, when you're doing those tables, it is more social. You're not physically cut off from people.
Yeah.
And people learn and grow better in that environment.
But I've also found that for example, anything that's simulating the convention play, people are coming with a already set up dynamic in their head. Let's call it that. Where they're already on stage, effectively.
Exactly.
They're already prepped that this is going to be somewhat artificial. As opposed to when it's just you and me and the group at a table, it's personal. You lower your guard down a bit more.
Yeah, and there's also a difference between, even in an intimate one, your public settings where you have a perhaps higher degree of behavioral control that needs to be expressed.
Yes.
Like no swearing, or you keep the volume down so that the next table can hear, etc.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. But that's the stuff work. So in transition,
yes,
when you're doing a community outreach program, it is also important to have a plan.
Oh yeah.
What comes next and what goals you're trying to meet. For example, what comes next in this show is we'll come back and do traps and riddles.
Yes.
Specifically the Challenge of Champions. And then after that, we'll do some very fun unboxing. And when were you going to tell me I forgot my hat?
You forgot your hat.
So
you know what it was? After the messages, I guess you took off your hat and didn't put it back on.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's going to be important for the unboxing.
But as you said,
yeah,
after these messages, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to the RPG Talk Show. We are going into Traps and Riddles.
Yes, our Traps and Riddles today is from Challenge of Champions number 4 by Jonathan M. Richards, artwork by Kyle Hunter, cartographer Kyle Hunter.
Yep.
And It comes from Dungeon Magazine, March-April 2002, issue number 91, volume 16, number 1. Each Challenge of Champions is a series of 10 scenarios designed to test the leadership, adaptability, and cohesion of the adventuring group. Now, of course, since you are playing this solo, that means you are the leader of yourself.
Yes, yes.
And sometimes you don't cooperate with you.
That has occurred, yes.
The scenarios are of equal difficulty to everyone, regardless of level.
Yes.
The rules are as follows. Team members must wear regular clothing only. Any weapons, armor, gear, or magic items needed for the scenario will be provided. Spellcasters can have no spells memorized or prepared. All spells used in the contest are cast through rings of spell storing, as this allows spells to be cast at the same level and negates any advantage higher level casters might have over lower level ones. Familiars or magical companions are not allowed in the contest. This is why Rain isn't allowed to communicate. There is a new rule. A hint can be given, but it'll cost you half your points. Your team has 15 minutes to accomplish each scenario. Any game rulings needed will use the core 2024 Dungeons & Dragons rule set. Tell us about your characters.
Yes. So, we have some character sheets here. The first one is Michael Wild Dog Cereon. He is a champion fighter. By the way, all characters here are 4th level when it comes to their ruling. You can find the character sheets linked in the doobly-doo. We have Michael Wild Dog Cereon. We have Joannie the Firehearted Nyzanthar. Nyzanthar. It's a weird name. I didn't come up with these names. If I did, I'd be able to pronounce them. She is an evoker wizard.
Are these the names from the previous? Not the current.
Actually, the current one.
Oh, so these are the pre-gens that are in here already.
Yes,
okay.
They are. After that, we have Geraldine Golden Dawn. She's a life cleric of Procan, which is the Greyhawk god of sea, weather, and navigation. And finally, we have Scotty Quickflash, a thief in a local guild.
Excellent. So this is scenario number 4. Eye for an eye.
Ooh. Eye for an eye.
You've made it this far, says Scarlupio, the guild wizard proctoring the 4th scenario. Now you must do a bit of climbing. He leads you towards a large totem pole. Go ahead and take a look at it. Carved into which are 4 iconic images of animals. The totem pole raises up from a sandpit, standing about 40 feet tall, and is placed near a wall of similar size.
So 40 feet tall. Okay.
As you see carved before you represents a various beast of legend. Your goal is twofold. First, you must remove the top beast's left eye and replace it with this. Here he hands you a globe of red glass. Second, you must each make your way to the top of the totem pole, where you can step off the top of the wall and proceed to the next scenario. There's a set of stairs on the other side of the wall. Note, however, that the extreme smoothness of this side of the wall, I can guarantee none of you will be climbing up it. And no climbing the totem pole is not a way to go. And just to make it interesting, we've taken the liberty of greasing the pole, making it unclimbable without help of some sort. Fortunately, you will find a 10-foot length of rope at the top, so climbing up should be significantly easier for the last 3 team members. Scarlupio pulls a set of 4 cards from inside his robe, as well as a small hand mirror.
Okay.
The cards each have runes along the longer side. You might need these, Scarlupio says.
Yeah.
There's a secret message in this scenario that you should make your task considerably easier, if you can figure out what it says. Begin.
And I'm showing the
Rune sheets.
The rune sheets and the mirror. And I'm seeing there are 4 heads on the totem pole.
Yep.
I can't just scale it.
Nope, it's greased.
It's greased. Based off of what I can see, I'm assuming that each head is going to be 10 feet tall. And I'm noticing that midway, this one has horns.
Yes, you are correct.
So, I'm going to try and figure out these runes. And I can tell right off the bat, I feel like they need to be connected to each other in some way or form. And maybe with the mirror, it will show a what's the word? A message. So right now I'm playing around with any of them that could potentially, based off of the positioning, whether or not they look like they could be letters. And maybe. I also noticed that there's 4 of them. 4 of them and 4 heads. I wonder if that is some type of what's the word? Coincidence. Flipping that around. I'm trying to be methodical here. Let's see here. Ooh, I like that.
Are you getting something you can recognize as language?
Maybe. Okay. So, I'll show an example here. I've lined up these 2. And I can see a waist, combining these 2.
Okay.
At their intersection. And I'm going to do these 2. See she.
Are you sure?
Oh, let's see here.
I mean, it's all a matter of perspective.
It's all a matter of perspective. But I'm trying to keep it in line with that. Unless it's upside down and it says this is.
Okay. That's a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds more like words than
yes.
Whatever you said earlier.
And oh God! Talk about a red herring. Okay. So.
What's it say?
This is a waste of time. Okay. So, okay. I need to find a way up this totem pole. Okay.
Don't worry, you still have 10.5 minutes.
Well, at least I only, wasted 5 minutes of that. Okay, so I'm gonna have a. Oh. Let's see here. I'm going to have Joannie walk up to the totem pole and pull some grease off and see if she can figure out what's the nature of this grease. Okay, I'm hoping an Arcana check. Is it standard grease?
Sure.
Is it edible?
Mm-hmm. It is olive oil.
It's olive oil. Okay.
Just lots of it.
Okay. So.
With a garlic.
With garlic. Okay, so it's protected against vampires. Is there any light in this room?
Yes, the room is lit by continuing light.
Continuing light. Okay. Huh. She's going to push her finger into the grease and try to figure out, kind of scrape off some of the grease. What is the material on there, under the grease? Is it wood? Is it stone?
Okay, it's wood.
It's wood. Okay. So.
Would you like to make a spot check?
Sure.
Okay, now here's your choices. You can either roll for it, or you can take 20 on it, but that will cost you 2 minutes.
I'm going to... Can I choose who makes the spot check?
Of course.
Okay.
That's why you have 4 characters.
Yes. I am going to have Geraldine Golden Dawn make the spot check.
Okay.
And I rolled a 2.
You see a large greasy totem pole.
Yes, I see. Well, the total is going to be 7. I rolled a 2.
You see a large greasy totem pole with faces.
Yes. She's better at nature. I'm going to have her try and identify them.
Identify the creatures?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here.
Is that a nature check?
Well, it could be a knowledge nature.
And I'm going to have Michael Wild Dog Sierra, because he is proficient in nature as well, assist her.
Okay.
So, will that give me advantage?
Yes.
Okay. So, the nature check. I'm going to have Geraldine assist Michael. Michael has a +3 as opposed to a +2. Okay. Rolling. It is not my day. With advantage, I rolled 2 natural ones.
Okay. And you're looking at this thing going...
Oh, they're creatures.
They're creatures of some sort. I don't know exactly what kind of animals they are.
Okay.
And I'm looking at it for real and saying, I couldn't tell you what animals these are.
Yes. Am I correct in saying that there is some horns halfway up?
Yeah, there's horns on there.
Okay. It is time to start brute forcing this. Okay. The lightest one is probably going to be the... No, not the elf. The elf is a cleric. So, Geraldine and Michael...
So just so you know, that's 20 feet up.
Yes, I understand that.
Okay.
Yes, I understand that. Michael and Geraldine are going to stand next to each other, and Scotty is going to climb up on top of them to kind of make a pyramid. They're going to support his legs, and they're hoping that he can reach up and see if the horns are greased.
Okay. So how tall are the people that are holding them up?
Well, Michael and Geraldine are both medium-sized, so let's call it 6 foot each.
Okay. So if they're 6 foot each minus a foot for the head, so his feet are at 5 feet. And so he's at 6 plus 2 for the arms. How high are you now?
Okay, 6'6", 5'10". These are 10 feet each. He is nowhere near. He is nowhere near. Okay, so Scotty is going to move onto Michael's shoulders. Okay, and he is going to lean up against the greased totem pole. Okay. Okay, try to take a wide stance. And Joannie, the Firehearted, is going to climb up Michael and climb up Scotty and try and get to that's going to add another, call it 5 feet, so we're at 15 feet. But once she's up there, she's going to hold, and then Geraldine is going to climb up all 3 of them.
Okay.
Okay? Just to see if she can touch the horn.
All right. So give me an acrobatics check
Okay.
as you are doing a circus act here.
I am doing a circus act. And it's Geraldine. She's got a +0. Natural 20.
All right. She somehow makes it up. Is your goal to touch or grab?
Right now, just touch.
It is greased.
That's what I thought.
The whole thing is greased. So if you were to grab hold of this, you would just fall.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I didn't grab. She's then going to make her way down, and they're going to come down.
Disassemble.
Okay. So, next thing, Joannie is going to grab that mirror.
Yeah.
And she is going to try and see if she can connect any of the light with the mirror and focusing it onto the totem pole to ignite the grease.
All right. So while you're trying to do that, give me a spot check, also known as perception.
Okay. I'll have Scotty do it this time. Scotty has a +3. That's a 10 total.
All right. Yeah, he doesn't spot anything normal. Give me a survival check.
Okay. I'm going to... Who do I have proficient in survival? Do I not have anyone proficient in survival? I don't have anyone proficient in survival.
Oh, well, then you just have to do a straight wisdom check.
Yeah, Geraldine is going to do it. That's a 5.
All right.
I feel like I am, with the exception of me finding out the red herring.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thought. Hit? No, I don't want to hit.
Okay.
I have one more thing.
Okay, what's that?
The ground is made out of sand, right?
Yes.
I want to start coating the totem pole with sand. And to see if that will reduce the friction of the grease.
That's a really good idea. Unfortunately, I don't think you can do it in the next 1 minute and 49 seconds.
Okay. So, with that, yes, I will take the hint.
All right.
What's the hint?
The hint is... Ignore the cards.
That wasn't a hint. I figured that one out already.
I know.
For the first 5 minutes.
So why don't you take a better look at the totem pole?
Mm-hmm. Watch me be an idiot. I am trying to see if, looking at the totem pole through the mirror, words show up. Break mirror. I break the mirror.
Okay. Unfortunately, with only 20 seconds left to spare, you don't have time to climb the 40-foot ladder that comes out of the mirror.
Uh-huh. Dun, 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 dun.
Here's the solution for you.
Yeah. I was hoping And I'm guessing that was all the spot checks that you're trying to give me.
Yes, I was trying to get you to notice something about the totem pole.
I figured as much, but you saw what rolls I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dice weren't your friend, and you weren't taking the hint to look closer yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was looking, but I was trying to figure out, like, okay, you know, I'm gonna show, and I could, if you know that there's letters here, it looks tribal, and I'm gonna show you what John just showed me.
The actual solution. Yep.
Yeah. It required me to rotate this and just ignore literally half of it.
Yep.
And my track record continues of I either blow through it or I can't remember.
I can't figure out anything. Okay.
Yeah, so no points.
Yeah. Well, you only get half points.
Of 0.
Right. So 0 divided by 2 is 0.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to set up for the unboxing now.
Yeah.
And we'll get that started.
I don't feel bad. Welcome back to the RPG Talk Show. We're going to go into unboxing, and I have a stack of stuff right here.
Yes. We don't have a lot of time to go through, so let's go ahead and get those started.
Yeah. So we have Icons of the Realms 50th Anniversary Classic Red Dragon.
I actually received that on my birthday in 2024.
Happy birthday.
November, if anybody cares.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm just now opening it because I thought it would be a good display to add for our talk show, but there's just really no place to put it. But it will be better for
There
us.
we go. There we go. Trying to be respectful with the boxes.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at this critter.
This 50th Anniversary Classic Red Dragon is based on the cover of a basic D&D rule set.
Yes.
From 1979.
I am trying to find out where the twisty tie is, because I don't want to try and just break through that.
And if I had been thinking in advance, I would have gotten the image. In fact, I will get an image and we'll input it at some point.
Yes. Come on. Come on. This is
Do you need a Vorpal sword?
Or something that has a sharp edge. Hold on. Do I have my... No, I don't have mine on me. I forgot my knife today.
The struggle is real.
Yes.
So, do we have a problem with using real knives on Twitch?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Well, that's just a shame.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I've stretched that enough. Let me see if I can make this out. Try not to break it.
Yeah, it's based on Larry Elmore's art.
Which I believe is one of Hawk's favorite artists.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if this is the one where the red dragon is fighting the warrior with the shield and the horn helmet, which, by the way, has been iconically reversed from being a male to a female.
Oh, the fighter or the dragon?
The fighter.
Oh, okay.
The artist was not happy with that, but because he said, I drew this as a male.
Ah.
But I guess, reasons.
Well, I mean, honestly, with that, it's the company that owns the copyrights to the image because they contracted out.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, if they want to change it, they can.
Actually, okay. Yeah. So this is actually the knight, silver armor, green shield, and the blue wizard fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cover. And let's see.
Ah, there we go. He is free. And there's a dragon.
Can you
Let's do a nice rotation.
Yeah.
And he's on, looks like a pile of gold.
What color is the inside of his wings?
The inside of his wings are blue.
Yep, that matches up.
Okay. And underneath, it says it is the 50th anniversary. Red Dragon. And it's funny because it's first edition. They've got the Latin name, which is Draco Conflagrotio Horribilis.
Yes. Well, one of the things in basic Dungeons & Dragons and first edition Dungeons & Dragons was that the dragons all had Latin names.
Yes.
And the gold dragon was Draco Orientalis.
Okay. So, that was the classic Red Dragon. We'll worry about boxing him back up afterwards.
Yeah, I'm not even actually worried about boxing him up because now that he's out, he's going to go on display.
Yes. So, put him there for a bit. Okay. After that, we have Dungeon Crate.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, Dungeon Crate has been around for many years.
Mhm.
I've been there with them from the beginning. So it's been well over a decade.
Yes.
And I get one of these once a month. And
Yeah.
they're not a sponsor, but they have been sponsoring my efforts in many ways. For example, when I ran conventions back in Worldcon in 2015 and since, they have donated packages for the gifts for our dungeon masters.
Ah, okay.
So I got to reward all my dungeon masters with things that they produced.
And
We're just going to have to use real knives.
Let's see here.
Well, that one should work. It's got a sharper tip.
There we go. I'm also trying to do this in a way that doesn't dox you.
Right, right.
Yes. So, got that open. And let's see what's inside.
Some of the things in the box you should note is the coins on the other side.
Yes. So, there's the coins.
Yep, those are like box tops. Cut them out, send them in for free goods. Just pay shipping and handling. I don't even know if you have to pay shipping and handling. I think you just set in the box tops.
Yes. So inside is the packing packing paper. And a big ol' yes, definitely not, possibly, go for it, no.
It's decision dice.
It's decision dice.
Instead of a magic 8-ball, you get this.
Yes.
I was wondering, how many sides are to a magic 8-ball? Isn't it just another 6-sider?
No, I actually feel like it's a D20 in there. Because this always comes up as it's either D20 or D8. Because the sides are always triangular. In here, we also have another D20, another dice.
This is one of the reasons why I have such a large collection
of dice. So this is, and I'm not going to open this up, this is a 35mm mega acrylic D20. It's a nice solid size.
And that's a peach color, you would say?
Yeah, I would say that's a peach. And we have... This is funny. I'll get this guy open so that the plastic isn't getting in the way. We have a drunken goblin.
Ah, I'm going to have fun with him.
I feel like this guy would be perfect for Gold in the Hills.
Yes.
Yes. Because Gold in the Hills, one of the first things that you come across is a pair of drunken goblins sitting on a bench, and he is having a merry old time.
Now I wonder if I want to cut the barrel out from under him so he can sit on a bench.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen these before. These are crates. I don't know if you wanted to make the crate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
This crate is actually a you've been bad thing.
Oh, is it dice jail?
It's dice jail.
It's dice. Okay. So you're gonna watch me quickly construct a dice jail. By the way, on each of these, it comes with these inserts for Dungeon Crate. And yeah. So let's build this dice jail. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Taking a look at the two of these. One of them has the name. I expect this one to be the top, although it probably won't matter. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
By the way, Magic 8 Balls says can go up to 20.
Up to 20. Okay.
An image I just looked at, it looked like it was an actual 8 choices, so it's an 8-sider.
Ah. So it's a D8.
Yeah, that's a weird choice to have a D8 inside of an 8 ball.
Yeah.
But like you said, some of them can go as many as 20 sides.
Yeah. Let's see here. Is there a slot in here?
Should be. Would you like me to look at it?
No, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn how to do this. Let's see here.
I have a few of these dice jails.
Uh-huh.
This one actually looks slightly... No, it's not. It's the same.
It's the same?
Yep. This one's just more brown. I have blue ones, green ones.
So, let's see here.
Should I set the 15-minute timer?
Don't do that. I'll fail that then too.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we are running out of time, so we can go ahead and
Yeah, let's move past
we'll
this.
see that later.
Yes.
I'll post a pic. Well, maybe we'll post a picture online later.
We have Green Sink Hijinks.
Green Stink.
Green Stink Hijinks by James Gallagher. A system neutral encounter for level 3 adventurers from DungeonCrate.com. And we've got Goblin Party at the Divine Ultimatum. So it's a pretty short adventure. Optional encounter. Ooh, that's an insert.
Oh, you got a little map
Yeah.
to hand to your players. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. We've got the greenhouse, the menagerie. There we go. The wizard's tower. The grumpy owl familiar.
So, are these multiple or just chapters?
No, these are just chapters. An act
Okay.
for the Wizard's Tower standoff. So, a pretty quick adventure.
Can you hand me that dice, the dice jail?
The dice jail? Okay, sure.
Just want the part with the words on it.
There you go. There we go. And we've got some maps in there. And at the end, we have, looks like a map of the entire kingdom. Which is nifty.
Now, this says Dice Dungeon on it.
Uh-huh. And we have a kobold of some sort. And that is that's not a kobold. That is the Dragonborn Fen Guardian.
Ah,
Okay.
so he's not a little guy.
That's a medium guy
Mm-hmm.
with his stats. And we've got some type of egg, the petrified dragon egg.
Petrified. Is that like a bullet?
A boule.
However you pronounce the 1,000-year-old eggs.
Oh, that I don't know. I know I just wouldn't want to eat it. Okay, but let's see. Access code. We don't need to share that. And last thing in here is an unhatched scheme. Level 8.
That's what the egg's for.
Yeah, that's what the egg is for, and I'm guessing that's what the Dragonborn is for. And that. Oh wait, no. There's one last thing in here.
Ooh,
One last thing.
what is it?
Come on. It's a sticker.
Stickers are fun. Is that an elf with a teddy bear?
Rain? I think you recognize this guy. Yes. I don't think that's just any elf.
It's not just any elf with a teddy bear.
Yeah, no, it's not just any elf with a teddy bear. If you've played Baldur's Gate 3, you may recognize this elf.
That would be a half elf.
Maybe. This is a half-elf druid.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anslin.
Haslin, yeah.
Anslin with an H.
And that would explain why the bear is there. Yep. So that's everything in the dungeon crate. You think we have enough time to get into the other box? We have, I don't think we do. Because that's the Welcome to the Night Vale. But that's
Yeah.
why you're wearing the hat.
Right. So why
Let's
don't
do
we
this.
just get it open?
Yeah.
We can do a full discussion next week.
Yeah. In the just chatting. Okay, let's move on. Let's get into the good stuff. Okay, we have this. Ah,
Oh, you know what? I could be assembling this.
there we go. Oh, let's not have you assemble it because you're gonna have to walk me through what's in here. You're the expert. You're the expert on the Night Vale.
Of course I am.
Yes.
I was there.
There we go.
Actually, the closest I've been to there in Night Vale is I went to one of their live broadcast shows.
Okay. So inside we have some bubble wrap, which is not that important. We have some dice, which I'm guessing is for the system.
Yes.
And looks like a pog, which is connected to the Night Vale.
Right,
There we
well,
go.
that's the Night Vale symbol.
Yeah.
And I believe that is a yes no coin. Basically, die 2.
Okay, so we have one side, and we have the other side.
What's the difference?
Well, one is a crescent moon, and the other one is a crescent moon with an eye.
Right, and the eye symbol is the symbol of the town.
Yes.
So, welcome to Night Vale role-playing game. Invites you to explore the fictional desert city from the hit podcast that's captured listeners' imaginations since 2012.
And here's the box.
The absurd and surreal join our game with Night Vale's expansive cast of characters and phenomenon. Enjoy the included 5-part mystery or craft your own story that leads you anywhere in Night Vale. Just not the dog park.
Yes. So in here is also a Welcome to Night Vale role-playing game, 5 exclusive art prints. And it looks like a nice little envelope.
So we definitely want to get into that because then there are some neat little...
there's some beautiful art here.
Mm-hmm. So the first thing you see, those are some pre-gens.
Yes.
Go ahead, open that up.
Mm-hmm. There we go. I don't want to spill this everywhere. Come on, out you go, out you go, out you go. One. And this feels very, what, 1930s?
No, it's 2012. Well, yeah, some of the feelings go back earlier.
Yeah. This feels very Atomic Age.
Yeah.
No, nuclear family and everything.
Literally.
Yes. Oh, so.
Yes, that's the community service poster. There's an escapee from the dog park.
Yes. And I'm guessing for the radio station.
Yes, that's for the radio station.
Yeah. And back to the art. And now we've got some
pre-gens. Pre-generated characters.
We've got Margaret Briarwood.
Right.
And I kind of like this because it feels very pin-up-y. And not necessarily it being a pin-up, but kind of that style.
Right.
Ooh, nice black and white on the back.
And I think if you open it, you'll find her character stats and her background. That whole block up there is the background for her.
Yeah, so they give you, not just like a sheet, but this is a 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half.
Okay, so go ahead and go to the next one.
Desmond Florentine.
Yep, and on the back, of course, is the black and white version.
Yeah.
Which is actually bigger and more detailed.
Oh yeah, and I like that. And
okay.
There's a he/him. There is Curtis LaCroix, they them. Looks like a goth person.
Could be.
Uh-huh.
Looks like he's got the and their backgrounds are very interesting to read, but
yeah,
we're running a little bit out of time. Now, here is the glow cloud.
Yes.
Which is a representation of yours.
Ah, and it's a threat.
Yeah. So if you'll hand me that, I would like to read that.
Okay, first, I'm going to show them story hooks, the inside. It's Prismacolored glow cloud. Let's hand that off to you while I show the spotted drake.
You finish showing them.
The spotted drake, I noticed that its head is kind of upside down, which is very similar to when lizards want to act like they're dead, but I suspect that that's just more
Night Vale.
Night Vale. We've got the third wind acrobatics instructor. Yeah, I would hate to try and keep up with this one.
Yeah.
And the conjoined fowl. I feel sorry for any coyote that tries to catch this thing.
Yep, that's going to be. I think he'll catch the coyote.
Yes.
All right, so
what
I'm
is
going to do a quick reading on this.
Uh-huh.
Glow cloud, all hail, shining high in the sky in an oscillating pattern of radiant hues. The glow cloud, all hail, hovers above Night Vale on a wind that smells faintly of vanilla. It was first spotted by John Peters, the farmer, and the sheriff's secret police have been watching it ever since. Despite its fairly obvious presence in town, no one seems to remember who or what it is, what it's doing, and no record of its activities seems to exist. All the glowed cloud, all hail, will tell you as a voice inside your head, as it does not require mundane things like common speech or feelings, is that it wants your sacrifice. It wants your undying devotion and worship, your reverence, and for you to bask in its eternal glory. The glow cloud, all hail!
All hail the glow cloud.
Will, loved as president of the school board, would also tell you that the high school is closed for the remainder of the week due to the cleanup of several dead animals on the school grounds. Powers. Mind control, mind link attack. One of the powers is falling carcasses. Once seen, no action. The glow cloud cannot help occasionally dropping dead animals such as birds, lizards, and rodents from its mass in the sky. The creatures normally drop without any ill effect, but once per scene, roll a die 2. If a 2 is rolled, perform an unskilled fitness skill test against a target with the glow cloud size. A larger dead animal like a lion will drop. And if successful, the animal deals 2 blunt damage. Hang up. Helicopter parenting. The glow cloud is a protective parent above all. If knowledge and whereabouts of the child become relevant, revealed to the public, either vocally or through target who holds this information after a mind link, the glow cloud will excuse itself to leave, ensuring its safety. We got some story hooks here.
All hail the glow cloud.
Yeah. And perks. I retire effectively immediately. If the glow cloud is defeated, it takes its child and floats to a new school district from which it will inevitably return. Weird. Once per scene, the glow cloud can take 1 damage to health or its essence of its choice. To re-roll a failed skill check, the general park is required to invest in the weird skill. So this is my hat. There's the video, the role-playing game.
Yes.
Based on the podcast. Links to the podcast, links to where you can get the game will be in there.
This very much feels like if an elder brain was a part of the PTA.
It is. Oh, and be careful. When you go to the library, the librarians are dangerous.
Well, the librarians are always dangerous.
Let's put it this way. You don't dare be late. And don't worry about the woman with no face that has lived in your house all along.
Does she pay rent?
Nope.
Does she at least clean up after herself?
Play the game and find out.
Okay.
All right.
Don't go to the dog park.
Don't go to the dog. And, more importantly, all hail the glow cloud.
All hail.
We will see you guys next week.
Well,
this has been the RPG Talk Show, brought to you by RPG Research in cooperation with the Spokane Central Library while they had us there. Comments, questions, and suggestions should be directed to info@rpgresearch.com with the subject line including RPG Talk Show.
next week our topic will be community outreach, mass in person. And we'll be talking about conventions and panels and things like that.
Yes. See you next week. Good night and
Dream well.